I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today, we're watching a new show, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now, this is interesting for me to watch on the channel because I'd say, unlike any other series we were about to start, this is the one that I've heard of its name the most, by far. I heard about Evangelion several times through high school, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know any character designs or what the plot is. I'd like to take a few guesses, but I do have a guess that it's probably released in the 90s or 2000s. That's where I'm feeling at the moment.
It is also a title that I have heard for quite a long time. And with that, I have some hope that it's going to be really good, because if it has been talked about for a really long time and is still talked about, is still a title that people are saying, like, hey, watch this, I feel like it has to be peak. It has to be amazing.
That's very fair, especially if it's in the 90s or early 2000s. That time period houses some of my favorite animation in terms of line work and fluidity. Also the backdrops and backgrounds, watercolor shit.
It's not just a nostalgia love of like, oh, I love how that visually looks because of nostalgia. And like, no.
It's objectively just different. It's
objectively
built different.
Beautiful.
Yeah. In terms of how we're watching this, we are not watching it on Netflix. We are watching it elsewhere, and we are also using the subtitles thanks to McBalls. Thank you, sir. Sir McBalls. Yeah. But we also offer full length to everybody for free on the first episode. If that interests you, click the link in the description. Also, we have up to 2 weeks early access on our Patreon. But if that doesn't interest you, let's go. Yeah. Ready?
Thank you, McBalls.
Sweet. I've heard the song. I finally heard a song before. This is phenomenal. Oh, look at the aspect ratio, Anna. Also, we have notebooks for notes. OP. Star.
Well, I think we're kind of figuring out what we might be in for.
The color's so good.
Young boy become a legend.
10 out of 10. 2015 AD. Ooh, flooded? Whoa. What the fuck?
The UN. People just like left their cars.
Being taken seriously. Shinji Ikari? A ghost.
Maybe our priorities should have been shelter.
What in the fuck is that?
It's like an alien? Oh, I love that.
An angel. Angel attack. Oh, I love the explosions. Look at the dirt on the ships. Whoa.
We really should not be there right now.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I feel like we're in safe hands right now.
Yeah. Are we like a recruit? Seemed like she had a folder on us. Oh! We're not able to do anything to it.
Conventional weapons are useless against angels.
Activate it. N2 mine.
Does that work? Oh.
大丈夫だった？ええ、口の中がシャリシャリしますけど。せーの。
Do you think it's dead?
どうもありがとう。助かったわ。いや、僕の方こそ、桂木さん。
It's Katsuragi.
でいいわよ。
Misato.
改めてよろしくね、碇シンジ君。はい。生涯のため確認できません。
あの爆発だ。蹴りはついてる。
No.
爆心地にエネルギー反応。なんだと？映像回復します。
Oh my god.
Imagine something like that. You explode something on it and it's still standing there. It's terrifying. Like gills?
Oh.
Good thing we had tape.
You get a car train ready for us. Cool shot.
I feel so bad.
Oh, Misato.
気合い入れてきたのに。いいんですか？こんなことして。ああ、いいのいいの。今は非常時だし、車動かなきゃしょうがないでし。
Yeah.
それに私、こう見えても。
Okay.
Okay.
International government official.
つまんないの。可愛い顔して意外と落ち着いてんの
A
ね。
cold fish.
そうですか。美里さんこそ年の割に子供っぽい人ですね。
I love her.
予想通り自己修復中か。
Ooh, a regeneration.
そうでなければ単独兵器として役に立たん。
Autonomous weapon.
おお、
It like shot the camera?
おまけに知恵もついたようだ。
They're
再
getting
度進
smarter.
行は時間の問題だな。
特務機関ネルフ、父のいるところですね。
Where my father is.
お父さんの仕事を知ってる？人類を守る大事な仕事だと先生から聞いてます。
Oh, is that his dad?
今から本作戦の指揮権は君に移った。
イカリ君、我々の所
Yeah.
有兵器では目標に対し有効な手段がないことは認めよう。
だが君なら勝てるのかね？
I'm
その
sure.
ためのネルフです。
期待してるよ。
Good graphic design on the emblem.
初号機を起動させる。初号機をか。パイロットがいないぞ。問題ない。もう一人の予備が届く。
Another
The
spare.
spare.
これから父のところへ行くんですか？
He's the spare?
そうなるわね。父さん。
What a word to use when you're possibly referring to your son.
なんかするんですか？僕が。そうですね。用もないのに父が僕に手紙をくれるはずないですよね。
Wow.
すごい。
Wow.
本当にジオフロントだ。
Geofront.
これが私たちの秘密基地。ネルフ本部。世界再建の要。人類の砦と
A
なる。
fortress for all mankind.
I saw a pyramid there.
You gotta have one of those.
呆れた。
Is this her?
A doctor? Dr. Ritsuko?
あら。
Yep. Ritsuko.
さあ、マルドゥックの報告書による
The third
サード
child.
チルドレン。よろしくね。はい。これまた父親そっくりなのよ。可愛げのないところとかね。
Unendearing.
では後を頼む。3年ぶりの対面か。
It's been 3 years.
福祉で目標が再び移動を始めました。
よし
What a meeting.
総員第一種戦闘配置。
で、初号機はどうなの？ B 型装備のまま現在冷却。
Refrigeration.
本当に動くの？まだ一度も動いたことないんでしょ？起動確率は 0.0000001% オーナインシステムとはよく
What?
それって動かない
Look at the hand.
あら失礼ね。
Did we build an angel for ourselves?
探しても載ってないわよ。
Even though it's a top secret manual?
究極の汎用人型決戦兵器人造人間エヴァンゲリオン。
Synthetic human.
Synthetic human.
建造は極秘裏で行われ我々人類最後の切り札よ。これも父の仕事ですか。
そうだ。久しぶりだな。
What an atmosphere for the first meeting in 3 years.
まさか初号機を使うつもりなの？他に道はないわ。ちょっとレイはまだ動かせないでしょ。パイロットがいないわよ。さっき届いたわ。マジなの？
Dang.
碇シンジ君。はい。あなたが乗るのよ。でも綾波レイでさえエヴァとシンクロするのに7ヶ
To
月もかかったでしょ。
synchronize.
Rei Ayanami.
座っていればいいわ。それ以上は望みません。しかし今は使徒撃退が最優先事項です。そのために誰であれエヴァとわずかでもシンクロ可能と思われる人間を乗せるしか方法はないわ。分かっているはずよ、桂木一位。そうね。
The pressure. What would he say to this?
なぜ呼んだの？
お前の考えている通りだ。
Oh my god.
僕がこれ乗ってさっきのと戦えっていうの？
そうだ。
やだよそんなの。何を今更なんだよ。父さんは僕がやらないんじゃなかったの？
必要だから呼んだまでだ。
なぜ僕の？
他の人間には無理だからな。
Oh.
こんなの乗れるわけないよ。
乗るなら早くしろ。出なければ帰れ。
Damn, just seeing all the technicians there. Feeling the world get destroyed around you.
気づいたか。
シンジ君、時間がないわ。乗りなさい。
Wow.
やだよ。せっかく来たのに。シンジ君、何のためにここに来たの？ねえよ逃げちゃう。お父さんから何よりも自分から。分かってるよ。でも。
Why does it have to be Shinji, you know? Is it a genetic thing?
Like you're
冬月。
automatically gonna be better at
レイを
synchronizing
起
with
こ
it?
してくれ。使えるかね。死んでいるわけではない。
Uh-oh.
わかった。
It's that sounds like something we shouldn't necessarily be doing for Rei.
予備が使えなくなった。もう一度だ。
What state is she in? Close to death?
初号機のシステムを例に書き直して再起動。
Oh, she's like hooked up to stuff. Oh my god.
Is he gonna... Oh my god. If you don't do it, this girl
Yeah,
on
right?
a gurney is going to have to. They've gotten in here. Is it already reacting to him? Is it like integrated? We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Shinji.
Well, I mean, it moved its hand on its own. I feel good about this.
Do we know how to fight?
停止信号プラグ排出終了。
Oh!
大丈夫。肺が LCL で
Ah!
直接血液に酸素を取り込んでくれます。
You know, that'd feel fucking awesome.
I'd be too scared to open my mouth.
I would love it. Cool. Whoa! Thought configuration to Japanese.
Gives the idea that other people could be from other places.
すごいわね。 いけるわ。発進準備。
I wonder how common it is that there are no disturbances within it, you know?
Did they call it the umbilical bridge?
They did. What a good
What a good name.
name for a bridge.
I feel good about this. I'm confident. It takes a while to get it free though.
And a whole team. Shinji looks quite confident.
構いませんね。
もちろんだ。使徒を倒さぬ限り我々に未来はない。怒り、本当にこれでいいんだな。
発進。
That grin, did you see that? Oh,
I love the colors they used.
yeah.
The neon green.
The angel sees you.
Okay.
シンジ君、死なないでよ。
I agree. I've heard this too.
Do you think that Rei fought this angel and that got her put into the condition that she's in? Because they were using 00 to identify what she was fighting in, I believe.
She looks similar to the girl that we saw in like a
In the
fleeting
street?
glance.
Yeah.
Before the angel like really came close to us. So
Who's the person in the water? Is it Shinji or is it Rei?
I think it's Rei.
Aww. Okay, that was Neon Genesis Evangelion, episode 1. I don't know if I've been sold on a show as hard as I have been here after just one episode.
What do you think it was about it that has you feeling that way?
Everything?
Everything.
Okay, starting with the OP. I had heard it before, which is a new thing
It's a very
for
new
me.
thing for you.
Yeah, and I am astounded that a song that incredible is an OP for an anime. There are amazing OPs for anime, sure, but to have this, I've heard this song several times on different playlists. I don't know the name of it, and it's extraordinary. It's massive. It's huge. It's like grandiose, and to have that be the first step into this series is kind of like a high bar to raise.
Mhm.
And it managed to even do that. The OP itself was phenomenal, and I hope that we get it every single episode.
I mean, I guess here we can insert something we don't normally talk about. Like, oftentimes we compliment the writing of a work, the voice acting of a particular anime, and I feel like not often do we ever talk about how important a good OP, not only in the visuals, but the song can be. Or even the outro song, you know, how important that can be for instilling
That's
a
something
mood,
to talk about.
getting you into a vibe for the show, in almost even maybe endearing you to the source material even more, or the characters even more. But it definitely sets a tone. It gets you in a certain headspace, a certain excitement level, maybe even depending on the anime. And I think that obviously, if you've watched anime, you've seen songs that you were like, this is an okay song, and then you've heard ones that you were like, I want to listen to this in the car.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like when that sort of thing happens, I just feel like we gotta clap a little bit for the person who wrote the song, who sang it, who decided to hire them to do it.
Typically for me with anime songs too, or like intro songs, a lot of them I'll be like, oh, I want to add this to my workout playlist type shit. But this song is just,
there's a special I don't even, this isn't a workout song. I don't even, it might be a car song.
it should be played in cathedrals.
It feels like a, ooh, yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yep.
But right into the actual episode, we get a crazy establishing shot that already tells me so much about the world that I'm only
That's
now
so fair.
realizing. It's all of the tanks lined up on the side of the street, and they're from the UN, I believe.
Yeah, it's the United Nations of apparently like everyone has kind of gathered to handle this issue. The angel, whatever else you could describe it other than angel, I'm sure we'll get a little more information about this in future episodes.
Yeah, what an establishing shot. Like, now obviously we're speaking from hindsight, but right away you get the idea that something massive. There's a massive threat in front of us.
Uh-huh.
This is the firepower we need to even attempt to deal with it. But then past that, we see the flooded city behind it.
Mhm.
Whether we're in Japan, we don't know yet. But whatever the world looks like right now, something is terrorizing it, and we are having to put every ounce of force that we have into trying to stop it.
You're right. In this opening shot, we have no clue exactly where we are at all, but what we can gather from the shot is exactly what we need to be able to gather.
Yeah.
Which is, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day where we are, because this is an issue that we can surmise has an effect on the entire population of Earth.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter where exactly we are in this point in time. It's something catastrophic level. Serious.
Yeah, and then going from there, it's so cool because we go right into Misato, right?
Mhm.
I believe her name is.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say, right, it might be a little too soon,
okay,
but she from episode 1, she's my favorite character.
that's fair. But I love her Sony GPS, right? That she's tracking her directions on, and then we get introduced to Shinji, who's in a phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
And right after we get to see Shinji in the phone booth, he pulls out a picture of Misato.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to read the subtitles around them because I wasn't sure what it said.
Yeah, it does happen pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And
he
and you
looks-
were so caught off guard by the fact it's like this like cute pinup photo of her.
To Shinji, I'll be coming to get you, so wait for me. Attention here, please. And then she draws an arrow to her cleavage. Oh
And
my
then puts
god.
like a kiss on it. Like, I love her so much. Like, this is your way to send a letter to someone to be like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm coming to pick you up.
Okay, but that's interesting.
But
'cause
right after this
what are you going to refer to?
is one of my favorite things,
Okay.
actually.
What is right after
But
this?
if you had something that went along
No,
with
no,
this.
no, go on.
So right after this, he's like, oh, shoot. Maybe I shouldn't have been waiting. This.
Yeah,
That.
the shot
that
of
I
what
wanna
looks to
talk
be like
about.
Rey in a school uniform.
School uniform.
Interesting. I don't really know what it could mean because at the end of the episode we see the state that Rey is in,
Mhm.
which I feel like it's going to be opening a massive can of worms to get into, but fuck it, I guess. So there seems to be, at least from my point of view, some familial connection between Rey and Shinji. If
Huh.
Shinji is needed or able, or one of the only people who are able to interact with the Evangelion, you know,
The Evas. The
yeah. I don't
the
want to call it like a mech.
synthetic humans.
Yeah, synthetic human, Evangelion. If he is one of the only people to be able to interact with it, you have to wonder why. Like, why is his father, and their relationship and what we get, I want to get into as well, but why does he need Shinji to do it? And also, why did the Evangelion like react the way that it did to protect Shinji? You know, like it was that Shinji lifting his hands up to protect himself, and it responded in such and kind, like it paired that early. I'm not sure, but it seems like there's importance to Shinji being one of the only people to control this, and since his father seems to be the creator, I'd imagine it's a genetic or like component to it. If that's the case, and we know Rey was fighting in Unit 00 and fighting in Unit 00, then I would assume there would have to be some connection between Rey and Shinji.
I would disagree.
Okay.
I feel like it's only in the timing of how long it would take to synchronize that shows, and I think that shows the difference between them and maybe a lack of connection, actually. It takes Rey 7 months to synchronize with her Eva.
That's fair.
And Shinji is able to seemingly synchronize with this one, 01, without even actually having it be plugged in. So I feel like the immediacy of some sort of connection between him and the synthetic human, the Eva, is probably due to something his father did, but because it took her longer as a pilot, it's just the fact that it would take anyone else longer, and they just used her for some reason. Maybe she had some sort of aptitude, some sort of reason why she'd be good at it.
In your perception then, do you think that there is something still genetic to it that lets Shinji be connected to it as quick as he is?
I think so, and I feel like anytime, I feel like for her too, there would be some sort of component of her genetic makeup, some reason why she would be also good at being a pilot, but I don't don't think that means that they have to actually be very connected as like family or related in some way.
Yeah, I wonder what the telephone booth scene means then. Like, because obviously, physically, I don't think she's there right now.
No.
I wonder if it's like a fated meeting between the two or a fated duo, like, and it's just kind of like one of those internal feelings and things that you can't really explain until it happens in the end.
That's why I wanted to bring this shot up, because I feel like whenever you have something like I would say almost describe it as paranormal.
Yeah.
Like this sight of a flash of a person that and they're not actually there. Why do you involve a shot like this, especially within the first, I would say, like 2 minutes? We're just now getting Shinji, and in this same scene of getting our main character basically for the first time, we get this shot. It has to hold like literal just importance to the entire storyline. So why would you have this
It
flash
also
of
comes
Rei?
right before the sound of an explosion.
Mhm.
It could be like a warning sign.
Right
What
before
if
the
Rei
angel
does
appears,
have like
too. I said right before the angel appears.
Yeah, what if Rei like had some like, I don't know, ability to be like, "Oh, be careful," like a random citizen in the street not knowing their connection yet.
So my take is it totally could be the way where there is some sort of actual connection there. But I guess I view it more in terms of like it's more utilized to evoke like a destiny, evoke like the calling out for you, like this person, your destiny is calling out to you. Are you gonna pick up?
Yeah.
He's at a phone booth, like, are you gonna pick up the call? And then to start the episode off with that idea to then him actually picking up the phone basically at the end of the episode.
I like
That's
that.
how I view this scene. Not that like she projected herself there in any capacity, but more like destiny was calling him.
I'd probably agree with you. Like, it feels more of like a narrative choice from the author than the, an actual in-world thing, but I'm not sure yet. Okay, 3 minutes and 42 seconds into this series is when I knew that this show will mean everything to me in some way or another. We get an airship. That airship has an absurd amount of detail on it. I love seeing the rivets. I love seeing the word danger. It's a great thing to see. But the best thing about this image, by far, is just the grime, the dirt, the wear. It's not just on this ship. We see it earlier on stop signs and stop signals, or, a metal-plated door, and I love it to death. But this is the first time I actually noticed it and was able to appreciate it in this episode for what it was.
You do seem to appreciate like ships, cars, planes from fictional universes.
Whether it's Dragon Ball from Toriyama, Made in Abyss has some great detailed
That's what I was
crafts.
I was thinking of both of those when I said that.
Yeah, but it's such, and I'm not even trying to take away from the design of the airship, but the thing that really blew it over for me is the detail on just the grime, the dirt, the wear, because it gives you such like it makes you stop for a second and be like, holy shit. Is this ship even technically safe to be driving? Like, how many fights has this ship seen? What state of the world are we in if this is what it looks like? Like, it's just so much battle, like storytelling in an image, and I love it. Right. Show don't tell.
You're right. I feel like this episode 1 is a lot of show don't tell for at least the first couple minutes of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we go from this scene to then the angel's foot comes down, and then we get picked up by Misato, and then we're in the car and we're like do, and then she's like, oh my god, duck. There's like I think it's like an N2 mine.
Yeah, N2
blown
mine.
up.
Like, the world that we're being established in, we get obviously the Shinji plot with Misato, but at the same time, I believe his name is Gendo, is Shinji's dad, interacting with whatever political organization it is that's in charge of dictating who should be in charge of handling the angels. It feels fucked to call them that.
Yeah, right.
But, so it seems like at some point in this world, the angels appeared. Maybe, I don't know if they've been here all along.
That's one of my big questions. Is there's a line at the very beginning of this whole thing that's about like the word like it's been 15 years is said to Gendo, to Shinji's dad, like the idea that it's been 15 years. Okay, it's been 15 years since
Wait, where's
Angels.
15
It's
years?
at the very beginning. It's one of the first lines you even
I know
get
we're told that it's
between the two of
2015
them.
AD.
Yeah, it's one of the first lines. So after Shinji sees the blue-haired girl, which we're assuming is Rei, we get really cool shot of the glasses, and it's like during
That's
that
a cool
scene
shot.
that we bring up the idea that it's been 15 years.
It's been 15 years, hasn't it? Yes, there's
no
doubt.
doubt it's an angel.
It's an
Okay,
angel.
so these 3 lines.
Ooh.
There's a couple ways you can read it. You can read it like 15 years since an angel was last seen, and now we're like, yep, that's definitely an angel. Or 15 years since this sort of thing started happening, since we've been in a battle with the angels. I don't know how to read it. I feel like we don't get much other... I feel like the only other thing you can grab onto to even start to try to theorize which one it is in terms of what that means, like what this conflict has actually been like, is the fact that it seems like we're only just now fully figuring out within this episode that conventional weapons totally aren't gonna work.
Yeah.
We try our hardest with the missiles and the bombs, and then we're like, oh, we'll turn things over to you.
It could very well just be it once the year 2000 hit, these things arrived, or this one arrived, and it's been causing havoc ever since. It's interesting though, like, so the UN is determined not to be able to handle it, so we give the leadership to Gendo under Nerve. And that's when we're talking immediately about Unit 01, which seems to obviously be a separate one from Unit 00. Would you imagine that it's like a 1-for-1 upgrade and we're not going to utilize Unit 00, or that Shinji is going to have Unit 01 and Rei would in the future operate 00, and we're going to be more like a duo with it? Or is Shinji just going to take over the reins now because he is the heir, or like the son of, you know, the person in charge?
So I think Rei has the numbers 00 on her outfit, like her like suit that she's wearing.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but to me that's like 00 is the name of her Eva, is what I was thinking. So I feel like no matter what, we'd be fighting together, like Shinji and 01 and Rei and 00. Obviously not right now, because it seems like Rei shouldn't be fighting right now, basically.
Yeah.
But I feel like both of them will be piloting their own units and fighting together.
She does have 00 on her.
Or it's just like
outfit.
little circular squares.
That could also be the case, but I'm gonna think that you're just observant, and that's 00, and it goes back to her mecha. But mecha, I feel like an idiot because it's not. Sorry.
Her Eva, synthetic human.
Yeah, but there's an obvious lack of humanity from Gendo, right? In terms of how he's treating and interacting with Rei. Even though we don't know her, it's hard to watch a girl who is obviously damaged from a previous battle get thrown right into the mix. However, it's also against, you know, an angel that is about to kill everybody.
Okay.
So on one hand, I do understand the importance of it and the severity of the situation. If only one soldier can fight and save everybody's lives and they're injured, that soldier probably would still want to fight.
I think what you said there, that's like just a really important sentence, is if only one soldier can fight.
Yeah.
Before Shinji enters the picture here, only one soldier can fight, and it is Rei. Seemingly gonna make any difference because the conventional weapons are not doing anything. It seems like only these creations from Nerve are able to do anything to beat the angels. So I feel like the idea of the pressure there, the how to read Gendo's character, there's so much to talk about there. I feel like what you had said was talking more about his treatment maybe toward Rei, and I gotta bring up the actual dialogue here because it was fucking savage.
Yeah.
Can we use her? She isn't dead.
Yeah.
Like, when those lines were said, I was like, God, it's gonna be so hard for me not to hate you.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like I can, but from what you were bringing up, the idea of like, if only one of them can, what is actually at stake here? Can I really have wholehearted hatred toward a character that's trying to save the world and save humanity? It's really complicated there, because I'm like, obviously he must be brilliant for all that he's already created within Nerve.
But then you have to like think about how he's interacting with Shinji. So there are a couple things I wanted to bring up. immediately it's when we're given the note that has been sent to him, which is where I'm thinking we get his name from. And okay, right off the bat, so you can't really see it in the next shot, but I think that right when he brings it out and you see the back of the note in front of Misato, there's tape all on it. And I wonder if that is like, that's an interesting detail to put in. I like knowing that they haven't seen each other now in 3 years and how cold he is towards Shinji. I would not be surprised if Shinji sees this fucking letter and immediately rips it up before taping it back together.
Oh, like you could read it as like, okay, if you're bringing up the idea that this note has been ripped up, you have to think there were two sets of hands that touched this note. There were the set of hands that is Shinji, the receiver of this, and there is Gendo, the writer of this. You could read it as Shinji in, oh my god, my dad's writing to me, like, I'm gonna rip this up, like, screw him. Or you could say that, what if Gendo was the one that ripped it up? And then you'd have to start thinking, well, why would he do that? Well, maybe there is something within him from, like, that fatherly side that is like, I don't want to need my son and I don't want to need to put him in this position. Even though he's not acting like that necessarily when we see him, we gotta say that if this note was ripped up, there were two sets of hands that touched it. You have to be able to be like, well, why would this person do it and why would this person do it?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I wonder what we're actually gonna get from Gendo in terms of relationship or personality going forward. Because let's say that this does work out and Shinji survives this interaction and battle with the angel. What will it look like afterwards? Are we going to be living with Gendo? What would their back and forth be, if anything? And also, it's hard, man. Yeah, he seems like a fucking awful person or like a dick to his son, and he's absent. But then at the same time, the world's in shambles, seemingly, and it's been potentially for 15 years. And you are one of, I'm assuming, the greatest minds in this world and have responsibility yourself, you know?
You're one of humanity's, like, sole hopes, maybe, as a mind.
If the UN can't do it, you know?
So just the idea of, does the pressure of the entire world imploding justify you treating people badly? Not really. But I feel like that's definitely going to be something we explore more. It's very prevalent and obvious to us from this first episode that Shinji is not the only person being pressured here. Obviously, he's the person much more in the forefront of actually being visibly pressured in this episode to do something. But in the entirety of what's been happening over 15 years or something like that, other people have felt the weight and the burden and the pressure of humanity's continual existence really firsthand, especially with, like, he's creating, like, Nerve, they have this whole, like, underground fortress, the fortress for all mankind. The idea that not just weapons are being created to fight against, against the angels, but also safe havens are being created by Shinji's father as well. Like, he's really thinking of this, like, full scope of this. Not only do we have to fight, but we have to survive. And obviously, he's very busy, and for good reason.
Yeah. He says it's Shinji talking. It's a real geo front. That's right. This is our secret base, Nerve headquarters. Then they say this is the key to rebuilding our world. There's a pyramid, a fortress for all mankind. Like, we're not just thinking about exterminating a threat.
Yeah.
We're thinking about regrowing.
You know what that then opens up as a question? Do we not perceive that we could actually fully eradicate this threat?
Like, do we have to think of an alternative world that we live in?
We have to think of moving underground and having a forever fight. We have to be ready for the long haul, you know? Like, like, that, to me, says, this angel we're seeing in this first episode, it's not the only threat that could come to mankind. We need to move underground, basically. We need to be able to survive for a really, really long time. We need to have people that can fight. We need to continue building and continue growing. And to me, that's like a long haul fight. Like, we can't actually eradicate this threat. We need to evolve as a species, basically.
Yeah. To just go back for a second to Shinji's relationship with Gendo, the sequence, I wasn't even trying to bring this one up. It's the next one, but this one kind of speaks volumes of their relationship too, of Gendo just towering over Shinji in silhouette. But this, like, the way that he's talking, I called you because I have a need for you. And you see Shinji's despair, like, multiple times, like 6 times over, while he's just kind of flatly saying what he needs and is okay to use him, and just use him, that is.
Yeah, their first lines about each other speak kind of definite volumes to their relationship.
No one else can.
And every other line said after that has a similar feeling to it. Like Misato, when we first bring up like Shinji maybe not having a good relationship with his dad, the blanks are mainly filled in with by Misato being like, yeah, I don't have a good relationship with my dad either. But I feel like the first real lines that we get about them talking about each other is like Gendo referring to Shinji as a spare, which like I remember like in the moment I was like, there's no way he's talking about Shinji here. Like I, as a viewer in that moment, was not thinking that's who he was talking about until I was proven wrong like 5 minutes later. When we actually get to the scene where he's like, yeah, I need you to be the pilot here. Because I was like, there's no way he's calling this boy a spare. That is the way you're referring to another, not only your son, but a kid that's coming in here.
Yeah.
And then like Shinji's line is like, well, you wouldn't have sent me a letter unless you needed me for something. So Shinji's telling us that he knows his father well enough that he knew that letter wasn't necessarily like a good omen, like my dad loves me and he wants to hang out with me and play ball, you know? Like he knew that coming here
it was that bad of a situation and he actually was needed.
Yeah, and he wants to be needed because what happens as soon as he says no, that he's not going to do it, and as soon as they go, okay, get Rei, he's like, you didn't need me after all.
Yeah.
There's something about, like, he's conflicted in himself because he wants to be needed by his dad, but he also doesn't want to be used by his dad. It's a really complicated place to be in for him.
Yeah. A couple more things that I had in this episode. Umbilical bridge was pretty great.
Yeah.
And the thought configuration being changed to Japanese is really interesting too. Like within the Evangelion, and that the idea, and just I wonder how it works. Like it if it's like telepathy, we see like, or just like mechanical controls, we see what we're like submerged in, but when we break it down, it all ends with no one else can, and Shinji's connection with this synthetic human, yeah.
This Eva, we should just call them Evas because that's what they referred to it for. It took like 7 months to synchronize with her Eva for Rei.
Yeah, but when you bring up like synthetic human, then it brings into question like what the connection is.
Yeah, what is are you like body, soul, mind? I mean, we submerge in this like fluid that it has like more oxygen in it. That was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, what exactly is the makeup of this? How did we create it? There's a lot there that I don't understand, because I don't think I could ever invent something like this, let alone try to fully understand it. But I'm sure the show will try to explain lots of things to me.
Do you have a preference of character yet? You liked Misato?
Yeah.
I like that she was taking batteries. It seemed like she stole them.
And then they got kind of like in a little tiny spat over it. He was like saying that she was acting childish. I think my like for her, obviously it starts within the first couple minutes, but I think what was really got me interested in this character is she was seemingly the only one that was like, what the fuck? You're gonna have Shinji pilot this thing? You know, like obviously, yes, she then is the one that talks to him and is like, hey, you know? Yeah, like obviously she then doesn't switch. I guess you could call it switching sides on him, but not really.
Circumstances
change, and what she says to him shows like she's understanding him to some degree, like is bringing up the idea of like, don't run away from your dad and like don't run away from yourself. But she's the character we get reacting to the beams about to fall on him, you know, also. So it seems like she's the one that is gonna probably be in this series as the one that's like
our caretaker.
In a way, like the one that's gonna go up to bat for us, the one that is gonna be, sassy, fun, but like an older sister aunt type way where she like maybe cares about us more visibly than our actual dad. And that's what happened is in that scene, it's her caring for him and the Eva that he's not even connected with
Do you
yet,
think
caring
that
for him.
he is protecting himself with the Eva, or do you think that it's acting like separately?
It's rough because I almost viewed it as like a separate entity caring for him.
But then you
Like,
saw
it's a
him with his
partnership?
hands up, which I get everybody would do that in that case to try to protect themselves from the shit that's probably gonna just kill you regardless. But it still raises the question, you know?
I don't know why maybe that's something I'm used to, is that it's some sort of relationship that the Eva would have almost some of its own.
Okay. So we have I'm rewinding it a little bit because Shinji does lift his arms up first before the Eva reacts. So he's in the ground, we see everything falling.
And
He
then
is
he
lifting
is
his
lifting
arms
his
above
arms
his
up.
head, and then we see the Eva react. God.
So it's not really like a relationship between two sentient beings. It's more like just a connection of like yourself.
But
It's like you're an extension of your arm, basically.
Maybe, but it's also a slightly different like interaction with the hand, where Shinji has hand over head. The Eva is strictly
Hand over
like
him.
hand, yeah, and that's interesting.
Not hand over its own head like we're doing like Simon Says or something. Yeah. The fun part of how this plays out is not only like this part, obviously it was huge to us, like, oh my god, wait, the hand is lifting out of the water, everyone's shocked, is that the beams bounce off the hand and hit the window where the dad is.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. Thank you for that. I appreciated that. I can read into it a little bit. I think it just says everything that we've already talked about dad and father, like father-son relationship.
Let's read the lines that everybody else says. It broke the right arm constraint. No, that's impossible.
It didn't even have the entry plug inserted.
There's no way it could have moved. It reacted without any interference or interface, or was it protecting him? So that gives me from Misato that it was acting as like an individual.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can read it. And then she has like a confidence after this. Once she sees this, she's like,
that's when she's like, we can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you're right. That's so good. I'm glad that we rewatched that, because it is like she's almost viewing it as like a robot that is possibly somewhat separate and not just like an extension of his arm.
Yeah.
But we'll learn more once we actually fight with it more in the next episode, I'm sure, about what that connection actually is like, what synchronizing is actually like.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm in.
I'm in too.
Oh, one last, the ending. Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, right?
What
that
the fuck? That was
me.
crazy.
I was like, I know this song. I was like, yeah.
It was one of the first songs that I learned to play on ukulele. And
Really?
I love that song. Gorgeous. I was really happy to hear it. That was a great surprise. And also I'm excited to listen to the OP next episode.
Yeah.
All right, you good?
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.